This is an update video, and hopefully this one works, because the last 7 didn't. so, um, this is an update video. So I'm 12 weeks post-op with Dr Garramone in Davie, Florida for top surgery, and 14 and a half months on testosterone. So 12 weeks ago, I went under the knife and had my tits taken off, and everything went really amazing. So I went in, I flew over from Australia to Chicago, and then for a holiday, and then went to Florida afterwards. And went to surgery at 8 a.m. Came out of hospital at about 1:30 p.m. And basically, from the moment I woke up, I didn't really have any pain in my chest, and I was on pain medication, of course, for that. And I was religious about it. I didn't let anything slip. Made sure I took everything I needed. So I got through really comfortably without any stress. And I flew back from Florida a week later. The day after my post-op appointment, I flew back to Australia. And again, pain medication helped me get through the flight. And I got to lie down a few times, which was really important. Obviously because of the swelling. So lying down helps the swelling decrease, which I found really great. And once I got to Australia, I was like on pain medication for another 5 days. And when I say that, like, I had weaned myself off it. So I went down to about half a tablet twice a day. And that just helped with the anxiety, because I found, like, if I weaned myself off a little bit too early, I really felt anxious about being totally sliced up, because the scars hadn't formed yet, and I felt really vulnerable. And so I just kept taking the pain medication for 5 days, and then I tried again, and I was fine. And so that was about 10 days post-op that I needed the pain medication for. But again, I actually never experienced any pain, which is amazing. And I'm really happy about that. I think we managed to keep everything under control. So 12 weeks in, after the operation, I basically just taking care of my scars. So I've got scars where my nipples are grafted, and I've got scars underneath. And the scars are purple, and they're raised a little bit, and they also can be red. I went back to work teaching after 3.5 weeks post-op, and I went back to work as a chiropractor about 4.5 weeks post-op. And I wouldn't recommend that. I went back to work far too early. I didn't have any time to mentally process the operation. I wasn't physically fit enough either, to be honest. And I found that after a long day of teaching, I just felt exhausted, and my chest got a little bit swollen, and I was just smashed. And then when I went back treating, I only went back 5 hours at a time, but there's a lot of pushing, a lot of pulling, a lot of weight going through my arms. And even now, like, after a long day at work, like a 10 or 12 hour day, I find that my chest it's not sore, but I think it get a little bit of swelling under the scars in my armpits. I can feel that the scars are swollen in my armpits. And so I just basically try to take care of my scars the best way I can while I have to work. So what I'm doing for that is I use Renew 28 by ASEA. And so I put that on after a shower or something. It's just a gel. And that seems to get rid of the swelling, like, almost straight away. And I'll use also Tromil or Tremel. It's German. It's a homeopathic cream, and that's been amazing. That also helps with swelling as well. But I find it really, like, makes my scars change colour, like go from red to pink and back into silver in some places, which is really cool. And I also use a silicone cream, which is Derma Scar, that one. That's got a little bit of vitamin E in it as well. And silicone seems to be the main thing. Like, if you do nothing else, as long as you do silicone, you're doing the right thing for your scars, right? So that seems to really, like, decrease the not swelling, if it's got any, like, lumps in it, or if it's lumpy, it seems to make it very flat. And also helps with the colour as well. So, I mean, if you do nothing else and you do silicone, you're pretty good. I also got recommended to use like vitamin E capsules. So if you open those and you squeeze them on your scars and, like, rub it, do a little bit of massage, that really helps flatten them out as well. So that's pretty I've also been using these scar strips. So a lot of people use micropore tape, which also has silicone in it, which is why it works. And I have found this stuff. This is just silicone tape, basically. It's pretty stretchy. It's actually made for C-section scars, and it reduces the size, like the width of it, and also the height. And I really love these. The only problem is that they don't stick for long enough, especially if you're working or you get sweaty. They just don't stay on; they just fall off, which is really annoying. So what I started doing now is just wearing them at night, which so they stay on. Okay, that particular tape is called Cica Care, so CICA Care. Let's get it from the chemist. It does cost like $90. It's really expensive. If you don't want to buy that, you can use Scar FX, which is pretty much the same stuff. It's just not as good, but it seems to be stickier, so it stays on for longer, which I think is actually like more beneficial, obviously, because like if it doesn't stick on and doesn't stay on, what's the point of having it, right? So I use that as well, like in the daytime. I use that stuff at night, and my scars seem to be going pretty well. I'll show you actually. Okay, so these are my scars 12 weeks post-op. So the nipple grafts are very soft now. They're not as lumpy as they were a couple of weeks ago. I'll show you closer. Okay, so you can see around where the stitching was. This part is still, the colouring is still coming back, and that middle bit's obviously popped out completely. And you can see like this part of the scar is really thin. This part of the scar is a little bit lumpier, a little bit wider. And obviously under the armpit wheel as well. Because if you use your arm, it's just going to stretch, which is kind of normal. I mean, if I didn't work or do anything, they'd probably be a bit thinner. But that's just not how my life works. The other thing that my body is doing seems to be pushing out some of the stitches. So the internal stitches that Dr Garramone does, they're freaking amazing. But sometimes the body rejects them or like forms a scar around them and then pushes them out through the scar. And that's pretty normal. I've had a couple come out. Just come out on their own, and then they stick out, and I just cover them in that tape, and they snap off when they like get really soft, and so they're just working their way out, which is cool. So I went back to the gym about 6 weeks post-op. So at 6 weeks post-op, I went back to the gym, and I couldn't do much with my upper body. I tried to kind of avoid anything where I could feel any stretching or movement in my chest or my scars or around my nipples. And so that basically meant I just did legs, really. And it was only last week that I've been able to do proper upper body work where I felt strong enough and like the actual activities weren't stretching anything. So I've been bench pressing. I don't fly or anything yet. I'm just doing bench pressing and no overhead exercises. Just benching and a bit of arm work, and that's it. I did this week start some scar therapy. So getting some massage on my scars by an osteopath that I see. And that went really well. He did this side only. I mean, it felt horrible, but I've got much more range of motion in my shoulder now. That way and that way. And with this side, he hasn't done this side. So I've got a lot less range of motion on that side, so I can't really quite get that any higher than that. And at the front as well, it just kind of stops there. And I stop because I can feel the pulling around here. That's the area. There, you can see it's kind of shallows in, that area there. And that's the area where I feel most of the tension. And so that's the area he kind of works all the way through, releases the muscles, releases the fascia. And that really helped this side. It really helped. Cool. So, I might leave that as my 12-week post-op update, and I'll do a separate video on testosterone stuff. Cool.